Bryan Kohberger, the suspect in the murder of those 4 University of Idaho students. Chris Cuomo reporting an identification connected to someone from the home in Moscow, Idaho, where the murders took place, was found during a search of one of Bryan Kohberger's residences. In addition to his supposed DNA found on a knife sheath at the scene, that could become the most significant piece of evidence tying Kohberger to the victims. And police sources also telling News Nation they have evidence that connects Kohberger to what they are viewing as cyber stalking of someone from that same home.
Crime may be solved by DNA testing or other scientific methods. Cell phone records may provide important clues. They should have searched his car. They should have searched his car. I don't believe he had the knife on him, but he had something in that car with him. It wasn't the knife. I don't think it was the knife, but he had something in that car with him. That if they would have searched it, it's almost like he didn't want to have the knife because the knife would be obvious if he got pulled over. But he had something that just looked like an ordinary something, but it was something belonging to someone, one of the victims. It wasn't a knife. It wasn't like anything bloody. It was like, I don't know, it could have been something like a hair tie. Like it could have been anything. He had this plan to get in with the police and then commit the crime, but he was running out of time because Kaylee was leaving, and he knew this because he was stalking them. And he was running out of time to do this, and he wasn't yet in with the police like he wanted to be.
New insight into how close he came to working for a department that would soon have officers investigating him for murder. Newly obtained documents show Bryan Kohberger, the WSU PhD candidate who's now charged with 4 counts of murder. Once a finalist for a job within the Pullman Police Department.
Everyone's looking into the potential, oh, did Kaylee go on a date with him? Or was Kaylee at one point interested? This is her saying, nope, I was protecting my friend, and I'm still protecting my friend because I'm telling you that it was not a personal connection. It was a fantasy on his part. It was never a two-way street. It was stalking. One-way stalking. It's either that he's going to claim he was at the house another time and that's why his DNA is there. Or he's just going to be like, yeah, I was stalking them. I was stalking them. You see my phone records. I was there all these times. I was stalking them. Did I kill them? No. Was I stalking them? Yes. Is it possible there was some kind of like tracker on the girl's phone that... I don't know how they'd be able to tell that, though. I guess maybe that would have to be on Bryan's phone, like some kind of tracker, like tracking either their movements or tracking like maybe like a screen share of a phone, like what's the person saying? Like there's something like that. Like if you wanted to spy on someone and you somehow got access to see what they were doing on their phone or see where their phone's at, like there's some, it feels like more than just tracking their social media. Like it feels like something that someone should not have had access to, that they were using to track or trace something with the girls. That is either on the girl's phone or on Bryan's phone. The killer felt a rejection from one of the females. The magician. Online communication. I really think that he reached out. There's been like a Instagram, potentially it could have been Bryan, maybe it wasn't Bryan, I don't know which way, but it does feel like there's something, like if that's not what it is, there's something like that where he reached out and didn't get a response.
An investigator claims a suspect in the murders of 4 Idaho college students sent messages to one of the victims over Instagram beforehand.
That's according to People magazine. It reports that Bryan Kohberger sent messages back in October, then sent more when the victim did not reply.
An ID was found connected to someone from the home in Moscow, Idaho. It was found during one of the searches of Kohberger's residences, plural. So what does that mean? Well, either they found it in Washington, you know, where he was just outside Moscow, Idaho, or in Pennsylvania. Police also believe they have evidence that could connect Kohberger to what they are viewing as cyber stalking of someone from the Moscow residence.